Title, We Trained Our Puppy. He Ended Up Training Us. Part 5, The Park Takeover. Last time, I was able to train our furry companion, Rossy, our blue and purple poodle, into a masterful trainer who not only optimized his new environment, but also turned Sarah, Mark, and even Mittens the cat into active and enthusiastic participants in his carefully planned routines. But a true leader, a canine CEO, never tires of expanding his empire and redefining the rules. Rossy, with his unique observing abilities, quickly identified his next frontier, the bustling local dog park. A chaotic yet uncharted territory that could potentially be turned into a well-organized kingdom. Sarah and Mark, who thought they were merely providing him with exercise, went unknowingly into a new battlefield they had no intention to fight. Day 1 at the park. Rossy began by not immediately charging into the fray. Instead, he observed. He carefully watched the competitive game of dog darts, the territorial markings, the dynamic social hierarchies that emerged. He noticed Beagle Professor Snuggles, an old veteran, who sat with a quiet determination to watch everything. Rossy began his subtle campaign of recruitment. By taking a careful yet purposeful approach, he would approach Buster, not with a bark, but with a perfectly timed head tilt, then lead him to a particularly intriguing scent. Buster was delighted and enthusiastic, following his captivating leader. Soon, the loyal Buster was Rossy's shadow, serving as an enforcer to his growing team. Next, he targeted Tiny. Rossy noticed that the unstoppable barking of Tiny often led to being ignored. But instead of responding with frustration, he sat calmly and softly sensed Tiny's interest in a squirrel. Tiny, bewildered by this quiet tactic, mimicked his leader, responding in kind. Within hours, Tiny was no longer barking without aim, but barking on command as an effective tiny sentinel. By the end of the first day, the dog park was filled with new, unexplored territories. Rossy, with his well-organized team around him, moved fluidly with purpose. He sent silent, powerful commands, and his growing crew followed. A simple game of fetch transformed into a coordinated effort to retrieve the ball. A water break turned into an orderly line. Sarah and Mark were thoroughly astonished. "Don't you think he's training them?" Mark asked. Sarah just shook her head. We realized this isn't a bewildered expression on her face. But we love our little dog and we're thrilled to see his reign of empire continue to thrive.